Agnes was a quiet, kind-hearted woman who had seen both the sweet and bitter sides of life. She was a widow who lost her dear husband early, but before he passed, he left behind a good amount of wealth for Agnes and their only son, Fred. Though she missed her husband deeply, Agnes found comfort in the love she shared with Fred. Fred was the joy of her life. He was her only child, and Agnes poured all her love, attention, and care into raising him. They lived in a big, beautiful mansion filled with peace, laughter, and warmth. Despite their wealth, they lived simply and happily. Every day after Fred returned from school or any outing, he would sit with his mother in their quiet living room or outside in the garden. They would talk for hours about life, their dreams, and even the small struggles they faced. Agnes would share stories about her younger days and the lessons she learned from life. Fred enjoyed those moments. They made him feel closer to her and gave him wisdom. Agnes never stopped advising her son. She would always say, "My son, in this life, choose your friends wisely. Don't follow rough boys who have no future or direction. Stay away from those who love trouble. Instead, walk with people who have good manners, who have dreams, who can teach you something valuable." Fred listened. He was not just a respectful boy, he was also smart. He valued his mother's words. After each conversation, he would smile and say, "Thank you, Mama. I'm lucky to have you." Then he would give her a warm hug that made her heart full of joy. Even though life had taken her husband, Agnes was thankful. She had Fred. She had peace. And most of all, she had love. A strong bond with her son that nothing in the world could break. One quiet evening, Agnes called her son Fred to sit beside her in the living room. The sun was going down, casting a soft golden light through the curtains. Agnes looked serious. Fred knew his mother had something important to say. "My son," she began gently, holding his hand, "I want to talk to you about marriage. You are growing up fast, and I know one day you'll want to bring a woman into your life. But I must warn you, not every woman you see is worthy of being your wife. Some of them are not coming for love. They are looking for gold. They carry diggers in their hands, just searching for where there is gold to dig. And my son, you are gold. This house, this peace, this wealth. Your father left it all for us before he died. I won't sit and watch someone come in and destroy what we've built." Fred sat up straight and sighed. "Mom, I hear you, but I'm not a small boy anymore. I'm careful about who I allow into my life. I've been seeing someone for 2 years now. Her name is Helen. And I was just about to bring her to meet you before I make any final decision. I want you to know her, see her, and if you accept her, then I'll marry her." The moment Agnes heard that, her face changed. She raised her voice. "No, not in my house. Don't even think of it. You've been dating her for 2 years and never told me anything, and now you want to surprise me with a wife? No way, Fred. I will not accept it. You don't flash a girl in front of me like a new dress and expect me to clap for you. You should have carried me along from the beginning." Fred's heart was beating fast. He stood up, angry and pained. "Mom, I respect you, but I love Helen, and if you refuse to allow me marry the woman I love, then I'll leave this house. I'll walk away and never come back. You'll never see me again." Agnes froze. The words hit her like thunder. In that moment, fear filled her heart. The thought of losing Fred forever scared her more than anything. Her face softened immediately. She took a deep breath and whispered to herself, "I can't lose my only son. Not after all we've been through." She turned to Fred and spoke calmly. "Okay, my son. Bring Helen. Let me see her for myself." Fred was surprised but very happy. He smiled, hugged his mother tightly and said, "Thank you, Mum. You won't regret this." But deep down, Agnes had made up her mind. "Let him bring her," she thought. "I'll pretend to accept her, but I must find out who this girl really is. If she is a gold digger, I'll deal with her myself." Agnes smiled at her son, but behind the smile was a mother's strong decision to protect her home and her son, no matter what. The next morning, Fred was full of joy as he brought Helen home to meet his mother. Helen was beautiful, soft-spoken, and respectful. She greeted Agnes with a warm smile and even knelt down politely, saying, "Good morning, Ma." Agnes forced a smile and welcomed her in. "You're welcome, my dear," she said sweetly, but deep inside, her heart was not smiling. She wasn't happy at all. She only pretended to like Helen for the sake of her son. Over the following days, Agnes watched Helen closely. Every time she laughed with Fred or helped in the kitchen, Agnes would say to herself, "She's pretending. She just wants my son's money. I must do something before she digs all our gold." The wedding day finally arrived. It was a grand celebration. Friends, family, and well-wishers filled the beautiful decorated hall. Helen wore a lovely white gown. She looked like a queen walking beside Fred, who was glowing with pride. But the moment Agnes saw Helen in her wedding dress, something snapped in her. Anger boiled in her heart. She couldn't take it anymore. In front of everyone, Agnes stormed toward Helen and grabbed her dress. "This is my son's money you are wearing," she screamed. "You are a gold digger. You came here to dig what my husband left for us." The guests were shocked. Everyone stood still, staring in disbelief. Fred ran toward them, confused and embarrassed. "Mum," he shouted, "what have you done? This is my wedding, my happiness. Why would you disgrace Helen like this?" Agnes shouted back, "Because she's after your money. She wants to take everything from you." Fred shook his head in pain. "Enough, Mum. You've gone too far. You are no longer welcome here. Leave my wedding now. If you ever come near us again, you will never see me again in your life." Tears filled Agnes's eyes as she watched her only son walk away from her with the woman he loved. Fred and Helen left the hall and went to another venue. Helen changed into a different gown, and they completed their wedding peacefully, though without Fred's mother present. After the wedding, Fred and Helen packed their things and prepared to leave the family mansion. As they were about to leave, Agnes came out crying. She knelt down before them, holding her hands together. "My son, please forgive me. I was wrong. I let my fears and pride blind me. I was scared of losing you. Please, I will never hurt Helen again. I just want my family back." Fred looked at his wife. Helen gently nodded. Fred helped his mother up and said, "Mum, we forgive you, but please, from now on, give love a chance. Helen is not here for money. She's here for me." Agnes hugged them both, crying tears of joy. From that day on, they lived together as one happy family. Agnes loved Helen like her own daughter, and Helen cared for Agnes like her own mother. Peace, love, and unity returned to their home. Moral lessons: a parent's love must come with trust. Your children will make good choices if you raise them well. 2. Don't judge people too quickly. Sometimes, true love doesn't come with a price tag. 3. Family unity brings peace and joy. Forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds. Thank you message. Thank you so much for watching and following this beautiful story. If you were touched by the lessons in this tale, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Please subscribe to my channel and stay connected for more touching and powerful stories like this. Let's grow and learn together. God bless you.